Hello, good morning, world. This is Barbie Lee. This is Shake Talk. This is where we shake up your wake up. Really, it's in the morning, so it's good, and it's about talking about how to assure your quality of life. And we have been talking about this book, the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, and we are on commitment number 11. And you can go back and you can hashtag 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership or Shake Talk, and you can see all the previous ones, and most of them are up on my YouTube channel as well. I just haven't got to them all yet. It takes a while to upload, just saying. So here we are, we're talking about commitment number 11, which is sourcing approval. So here's your screenshot, right? Oh, hold on, there we go. So sourcing approval, control, and security. Good morning, everyone who's joining. So I commit to being the source of my approval, control, and security. And when you're below the line or you think life is happening to you, you come from a place of I commit to living from the belief that my approval, control, and security come from the outside, from people's circumstances and conditions. This is a great, I love the universe. I love how the universe just completely provides lessons just exactly as I need them. So I love this book for that reason. Okay, so it's talking about humans have three core wants: approval, control, and security. So the point of this chapter is that all wants, regardless of their size, are actually three core wants showing up in a multitude of manifestations. And those three core ones are control, security, and approval. So it says all of our complaints, desires, dreams, issues, plans, goals, worries, etc. are simply wants. Leaders and people want a lot. Think about it. You want to wake up in the morning, you want to have a great day, you want the sun to shine, you want to have a good breakfast, you want to have friends, you want to do well at work, you want to feel significant, you want, right? All these are the things that we want. And we're here as a human being to have this juicy and delicious experience on this planet. So of course we want to feel good. Of course we want to have friends. Of course we want, right? So I love this chapter. So it talks about the three core wants are approval, security, and control. I got to show you this little, it's so cute. Zoom in, make it bigger. So here's a little cartoon. It says validation station, powerful, attentive, good, important, good for 1 hour of self-esteem. There's a beautiful YouTube video that I'll find it and I'll post it below. And it's about people who stand in line for validation, right? And it's great. Anyways, so the wanting of security is the most basic of core desires. At its root, it's basically the want to survive, right? So another word for security is safety. Most of us believe we are separate self that has a beginning and an end, and therefore we do everything to make sure this separate self survives. We want to survive physically, to live and not die. That's why if a cheetah's chasing us, we go running, right? So the second core is approval. The second core want is approval. Approval is the desire to be loved, liked, wanted, valued, appreciated, respected, to belong, and to be part of something. That's pretty big, right? Approval. It's not I approve of you, whatever, just, this assignment or this task at work. It's about being loved, liked, wanted, valued, appreciated, respected, to belong, and to be a part of something. That's all about approval. Then there's the third want is control, right? If I can't gain security through approval, then I'll get it through control. Ooh, how many of you guys know this one? I know it intimately. If I can't earn your approval, then I'll try to control you and life. I don't know. Anybody who knows me knows that I have control issues. We'll talk about that another time. So wanting control is trying to make sure that everything in life goes the way I want. I try to control myself, people, and circumstances, God, and everything. So here's what's really interesting about this. It says, conscious leaders regularly ask themselves, what is the core want driving this surface desire? So there's something going on for me, and I've heard things, and there's stuff going on, and I've heard things like, oh, they don't know who they can trust, or lies have been said about me, and so people are believing these lies about me, and I find myself, I find myself in the position of, am I going to defend myself? Because when you defend yourself, When I defend myself, it then makes the other person defensive, because then I'm going to make them wrong. And then that's no good for anybody, right? So it just becomes this big, messy thing. So it was really fascinating. So this, the commitment, right? Oops, just going back to commitment. I commit to being the source of my approval, control, and security. So it's fascinating, because I woke up this morning and I didn't know, I didn't look at the chapter until I woke up this morning. And I woke up this morning, okay, what does it look like? So for me to, not have to defend myself, but still control, which is not really what it is, but I'm looking for approval, but it's not really approval. And it's just my whole mind is doing this, right? So I'm reading this piece where it talks about the approval, about to be liked, wanted, valued, appreciated, respected, to belong, and to be part of something. And that's just our human nature, right? We want to have this bigger picture. So my mind has been in this place this morning of, how do I seek that without ego, without defending myself, without causing the other person to be wrong? Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And then I'm like, okay, so maybe I don't. Maybe I accept what is, right? Go with the flow kind of thing. Move forward. And I'm like, but if this person or these people still have this negative connotation about me, this lie about me, I'm going to have to work 10 times as hard to convince them otherwise. And I was like, oh, so then now I'm struggling with who I am to convince, to get that approval. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, right? So I want to just be able to say, it doesn't matter, just move on. But it does matter, because in multiple areas of what I do, it matters, right? It touches in many areas of what I do. So I'm in this spiritual kind of struggle of, the human side wants to go in and defend myself, right? And it says, no, this, and this, right? Go and check your records, kind of thing. And the spiritual side of me says, it's okay. The 4 agreements, right? Those of you that know, I love this book, right? It's on the back of my agenda, right? So here's my agenda. So there, right? Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally, right? Y'all know that means something to me. Don't take anything personally. But, then I'm like, but I'm not taking it personally because they lied. And it's like, well, that's personal. And you get it? So I'm babbling with you, because this is how my mind works, right? It helps me to figure out, what am I searching for? So am I sourcing approval, control, and security? Now, control in the sense of, it says, if I can't gain security through approval, then I'll gain it through control. If I can't earn your approval, then I'll try and control life. And I was like, okay, maybe that's subconsciously what I was doing in this situation. But then I say, oh, but everything I always do, I'm very selflessly selfish, because I always, what I do usually helps a lot of people, kind of thing. And then, the ego kicks in, and don't even start with me on that, though, all my science of mind friends. But it says, one belief is that these 3 core wants are underneath all other wants. So I'm like, okay, so those 3 core beliefs. So what is it that I'm seeking or sourcing in this situation? And do I need it in this situation, right? It comes from me, right? I tell people all the time, I really don't give a crap what people think of me. I really don't. At the end of the day, I really don't give a crap what people think of me. I love you, I honor you, and I see you, and I know that whatever is going on for you, you are reflecting back at me, okay? I 100% believe that, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is when somebody in a position of authority creates lies, creates stories, creates untruths about me or a group of people that then become this situation where we are now in a position, I am now in a position to defend myself, to be a part of this organization. And it's hurtful to me that somebody can say anything they want and I have to defend myself, right? I'm going through a friend of mine right now. Oh, she did some work for somebody as a contract. The other person refused to pay her. So she's gone to small claims court to get paid, right? I got to shake on me. And so what my friend has had to do is, go down to the courthouse, fill out these papers, take them back, fill out more papers. Then it went through the process. Now the person did not whatever. So my friend got a default judgment. So the person didn't debate it or whatever. I don't know what the word is in legal terms. So then she had to go back and file more papers, and then she had to get these things, and then we had to file more papers. And so my friend who did the work, there is no defending. She did the work, right? The court looked it over and they said, yep, you did the work, but whatever. And they gave her a default judgment. And now she has to collect, right? It's up to her to do the paperwork, to serve the papers, blah. And I was like, that's a ridiculous system. She is the quote unquote victim, although it's not victim mentality, but she was the person that was done wrong. So this owner of this business just said, too bad for you. Try and get the money from me. And now she actually has to do more work to get the money for the work she already did. It's ridiculous. And that's the situation I find myself in is I'm finding that I have to defend myself in this situation. So I'm really looking at that. Like this morning I woke up, that was the first thought on my mind because something was said to me yesterday, and I'm like, no, that's so not true, and then so now I have to decide what's mine to do here, right? So this is this approval, this control, this security. It's like, okay, so where am I seeking that? Now, I know everything that I have done. Now, there is one thing I could have done differently. I've already apologized. I've explained how I could have done differently, blah, blah, blah. The other person's still ticked off. It's fine. That's about them. I explained my thinking and that, yes, it was wrong. Okay, I get that. But there's this other piece of it that there's still some untruths floating around. And then now I don't know who I can trust, right? And that bothers me because, not bothers me, it talks to my heart because I am an open and trusting person, so I thought, right? But this person or people, whatever, don't feel that way or have told others they don't feel that way. So it just becomes, do you see how it's messy? But life is messy, right? Life is meant to be lived. It's meant to be getting in there. And if you don't have these things to work out, then you're not getting messy. You're not getting involved in life, right? So I'm going to challenge you. Oh my gosh, I totally went over my 10 minutes today. This is not going to go on LinkedIn because they'll only post 10 minutes. So I'll have to do a YouTube link. Anyway, so my point is very simple. When we're sourcing this approval, control, and security, it comes from us, yes. And at times, though, because we work with other people, we want it from other people. So how are we getting it? So I said to myself this morning, I was like, Barbie Lee, is one of two things. You can defend yourself and, try and figure, just go in and defend yourself. Or you can just pour so much freaking love and attention on these people that in time, they'll realize that, you're not a bad person. And then I'm like, do I want to do that much work? That's what I said. Do I want to do that much work? So that's where I am. So that's me. What are you doing about approval, control, security, right? I'll put that commitment up again so you can take a look at it. So there it is. Commitment number 11. Sourcing approval, control, and security. I commit to being the source of my approval, control, and security. Or I commit to living from the belief that my approval, control, and security come from outside, from people, circumstances, and conditions. It's a good one today, folks. See you in a couple of days. Have an amazing day. Enjoy.